Dr. Tanya Winters.
And tonight we want you to have a sip and a seat because this is the holiday edition, holiday edition. See, I already been in the eggnog, as you can see, the holiday edition of Voices Spread the Mystique Kettle Talk. All right, so we're gonna just get right into it tonight. We saw a commercial on Facebook that we just want to share real quick, and we just want to ask you what your opinion is. So first of all, as you start to prepare for holidays and buying gifts and things for people, first of all, have you set yourself a budget? So we'll play this clip for you and share with you this information that's being sent out to people about holiday spending, talking about giving you extra money. So just take a look at this clip and see what you think.
Overdraft. Now I know somebody like me coming up and I didn't know how to balance no money and no checkbook or anything like that. If I would have had current, my ass wouldn't have had no damn mugshot and wouldn't have had to plead guilty, okay, to a misdemeanor writing a bad check for $19. Now another reason why I love current is because I get free access to over 55,000 ATMs, okay? But when I was at the gas station using somebody else's ATM, $3 here on their end and $3 here on somebody else's end. But having current, all right, you won't get charged NAD current fee. And yes, it's a real bank and it's a real Visa card, okay? You can access it right from your phone. If you want to deposit checks, all you got to do is take your smartphone, take a picture, and it is instantly deposited. They don't hold your money for up to 20 days like some banks do, okay? Now, another thing that I also love about current is I don't get no gas station holds. You guys know when we go get gas, okay? They are always holding our money. They'll charge us $1. And if you are in some bad parts of town, they'll hold you up to $100 because they know a lot of people pump and drive, okay? They'll pump and drive the hell off, okay? But I don't do that. I used to do that back in the day, okay, when they ain't had no money. But if I would have had a current card back in the day, they would have gave me up to $100 in overdraft fees so they wouldn't have to hold or take $100 that I did.
Okay. So enough for her. I can only tolerate so much of the animation and that kind of stuff. Okay, so as we were talking, I was saying to you that I felt like this card encouraged bad habits, that encouraged overspending, and it encouraged people to live outside their means. The other thing before I let you in there is like, I didn't like that they had a Black woman that was promoting it supposedly to Black people because it implied certain things about us as a people. And to me, that's like getting Black people, Black women to do they dirty work for them. Okay, we coming in, we gonna promote a negative image of us, first of all, as people who have bad spending habits. We don't know how to budget and we always overdraw. So we need the extra $100 that we don't live within our means. So that's what really got me about this. I didn't like that because there's a danger in creating and extending that narrative. So what are your thoughts on that? What is your frequency? Uh-oh.
There's a lot going on there. So while the card may have great benefits to people that are in those situations, they are setting them up for failure. Because if you are already maxed out and now you're going to spend more than you already don't have, and then when it's time to pay that money back that you don't have, where is it going to come from?
Right.
So we set ourselves up for failure because we're not taught money management. We're not taught that our credit actually makes a difference. We're not taught, so many things that will help us along in our lives. And then you put that out there, especially for these young ones,
yes,
that are just getting into opening a bank account and opening accounts, things like that. And you're just teaching them to just go out and spend frivolously and not worry about it. Like,
yep, you're setting them up already. And like I said, I don't like the fact that it's us doing it to us, because I get that we in COVID. I get that it's hard for people to make money right now. And I get that some people in social media will do whatever they got to do to really make a name for themselves. But I do think that when you get to a certain level and you have a certain level of followers, not like you have a responsibility to the public, but I think that it gets into like your integrity and things like that. And that's just me. I'm not saying that we have to turn down things, but we have to really be careful in this day and age, the messages that we send, like you said, because we're telling people, okay, yeah, it's okay to overspend. You don't really need a budget. Don't try to save nothing. Live from paycheck to paycheck. Oh, wait, by the way, if an emergency happened, COVID-19, what you still in, you still ain't gonna be no more prepared than you were before. So that's where I was coming from with that.
Yeah, I get exactly where you were coming from, and
credit is important. You can't buy a house on $100 overdraft card building your credit like that. That to me,
you can't buy nothing for that matter. So they even look at your credit when you get car insurance now.
yeah, and
it is the rate of your payment. So I mean, okay,
all right.
So people, don't overspend during the holidays. You're gonna have to pay that money back.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And don't believe the hype that's how we all are. Because some people is budgeting like, I don't know what. I'm going to play this one clip to tell you why it's so important for us not to always buy into messages that come, even when they come from our people. I remember this speaker, a motivational speaker, his name is Jim Rohn. He's passed away. And he said, if I give you strychnine and I'm your friend, and I'm paraphrasing, he said, will it kill you? He was asking a group of students. And he said, if I'm your friend, and I give you poison, strychnine, because we all know what strychnine will do. It's rat poison, right? Will it kill you? And they said, yeah. Said, if I give you sugar, is it still going to be sweet? He said, yeah. He said, if your enemy gives you strychnine, will it kill you? Yeah. And he was like, well, what's the difference? It's about who gives you what. So if I know somebody is giving me something poison, just because they look like me, it don't mean that I'm necessarily supposed to jump on the bandwagon and trust. All I'm saying, beware of the messenger. You know, they say that you should be aware of the person that's bringing a message. All right, so we're done with that clip. So I'm going to close that out real quick, and then I'm going to go over to another clip that I actually want to share with everybody, which is the commentary from a TED Talk that says to me why we really don't want to promote anything negative about us, especially Black women, about Black women, or about the Black race. We don't want to be seen doing anything like that. All right, here we go.
Of the single story. I thought about this when I left Nigeria to go to university in the United States. I was 19. My American roommate was shocked by me. She asked where I had learned to speak English so well and was confused when I said that Nigeria happened to have English as its official language. She asked if she could listen to what she called my tribal music, and was consequently very disappointed when I produced my tape of Mariah Carey. So after I had spent some years in the US as an African, I began to understand my roommate's response to me. If I had not grown up in Nigeria, and if all I knew about Africa were from popular images, I too would think that Africa was a place of beautiful landscapes, beautiful animals, and incomprehensible people fighting senseless wars, dying of poverty and AIDS, unable to speak for themselves, and waiting to be saved by a kind white foreigner.
So, like she said, that's how you create a single story. And in essence, here's how you really do it.
So that is how to create a single story. Show a people as one thing, as only one thing, over and over again, and that is what they become.
So that's why I had a problem with that particular video that we just looked at, for somebody to say that that's who we are as a people, and that we need cars to protect us because we don't know how to manage our money. So that tonight, people, was where I was coming from with that video. And like D'Artagnan said, you know, we cannot allow people to give us messages that tell us to do things that we know darn well are wrong, right? We are not going to spend outside our limits. All right, so that's that message right there. So what we got next, we'll talk a little bit about chivalry, right? Is chivalry dead?
Is it?
Or is it equal rights? So let me see real quick while we, just think about that for a minute, people. Equal rights, or is chivalry dead? Now, if a woman is out there and she's trying to change her tire, if her man is in the car with her, should he let her change the tire? So I'm going to play this clip for you.
What?
Yes. Let me just bring this up for you. Oh, for the enlightenment. Yes. Hold on one second. All right. Girl, yes. I'm appalled and dismayed at the same time by the things that I see sometimes. I'm just flabbergasted. All right, let me play this real quick. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, just a few minutes.
She's trying to change the tire. Hey, my queen.
Hey, you need help? You need help? Hey, bro, why ain't you down there helping her with the back? Hold on. Why she down there? Hey, man, let me say something. Oh, Pop.
Pops wasn't having it.
Oh, hey, bro. Why ain't you down there checking the tire for it, man? Hey, man. You here, my bro. No, you about to do my queen like that. Hey, baby. No, hold on. Don't talk to her like that, man. Hey, no, you need to be changing her tire. You need to be changing her tire, bro. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming from, bro? Hold on. No. Don't be talking to my girl like that, bro. I'm saying, look, you got my queen down here changing the tire, bro. You need to be changing the tire, bro. You need to change the tire, bro. Come on, hey. Come here, homie. Go ahead, bro. You like that? Hey, get that. Hey. Go ahead. Hey, unscrew it. You know how to unscrew it. Get down there. I'm gonna show you.
All right, he driving around in a car with somebody, a woman, and he can't change a tire. So here's the question out there for people. Is chivalry dead or equal rights? Is that what equal rights really means?
But what, he don't know how to change the tire and she does, or I'm confused.
Well, we can fix that confusion. I can let you see a little bit more of this video. I didn't know if that question was gonna come up. All right, hold on 1 second. Let's see.
Hey, my queen. Hey.
I'm gonna fast forward in the video, and then we'll get to the end of this mystery, because
Like, he didn't know how to change the tire. Changes it.
Yeah, let's see. Let's move forward in this video and see what the story really is. All right, how about right here? We're about 4 minutes in.
No, he got it. Put your foot up over there. Put your foot up.
Yeah, he don't know how to do it. He about to kill it.
That makes a difference in chivalry being dead.
Yeah. So sometimes you have to look at the whole story. We can't just look at things on the surface and make a snap judgment about a person. And that's really what I got out of this when I was looking at that, is like, a lot of times when we see things on social media, we might see just little pieces of it or snips of it. But I think we have to take the onus is on us to take the responsibility to really dig in a little bit more. So I knew my sister would make me dig in there and show you guys what the real message was today. It's not either way. Chivalry is not dead. It's just that he didn't know what to do.
He didn't know, and she did. So I mean, in that case, he should be right beside her trying to figure it out. He should be back to tell her, are you gonna change the tire? What you about to do with this, that, and the other? Now he should be right next to her. Okay, baby, what you need me to do?
That's the part where I think it really got the brothers that was sitting in the car, because he was just sitting there and he was just gonna let her do it and use the excuse that he didn't know how to do it. So I think that's a lot for young men too, is that these days is that, you know, when we were talking about men not wanting to talk about their mental health and stuff, what man do you know want to admit, I don't know how to do this? That got to ask for help. Now they might in front of a woman just say, pretend, you know, and don't, the way he was acting is like, I don't know, no, I ain't gonna do it. And it turned out he don't know how to do it.
Right.
So I think there was some face saving going on there. He didn't want his woman to really know what his inefficiency was. So sometimes people hide behind that manliness stuff or that womanly stuff, you know, to send the wrong message and stuff. But that was my thing, is that, you know, I had saw a note from a post from one of the people in our fatherhood fraternity, and they came from a different perspective when they were looking at the different videos, when we saw where, you know, men were not really stepping up to the plate. And so I'll see if I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that perspective, but I think, to be fair, I need to see if I can find his message and actually, yeah, here it is. Read it here. Let me see. I think I have it in the chat. All right. Like I'm gonna click over here so I can see you, because I really rather talk to you and not just look at the message.
Looking at you, so
I know. All right, so the message basically was in response to like all of these things that are happening on Facebook where you see a lot of negative things, and it's kind of like us going in on each other, you know, the males and the females. Remember we said the Black woman is most unprotected, then we saw all the things that have happened with our Black men over the summer. So you would think it would create more unity with us among this time of year. So one of the things one of the people wrote was, men, after all that Black families had to endure for over 400 years and still enduring everyday life, how dare you mistreat your sister, the love of your life, spit on your mother and all the mothers before her? How dare you try to conquer her like she's property? Fool, she's just like you was, made in God's image, not your own. How dare you abuse her after she gave you all of herself, fed you, held you up, prayed for you, and been a shoulder to cry on you for your tears? Been a mother to your children, then you don't even have the strength to be a father. How dare you be an Uncle Tom and crack the whip along her back, put a rope around her neck? You Black man who mistreat a Black queen is worse than a slave master. You're a devil. So what do you think about that? I know I have one person said that's facts, and then another person said the Black men versus Black women stuff just has to stop, and it's just another ploy to keep us down, and many of us have fallen for the okie doke. So what do you think about that?
I would have to say again, we're upset because other people are putting us in the same barrel that we keep putting ourselves in. So we're mad because this is how they feel we are. But guess what? This is what we say we are. So how are they supposed to see us any differently if we're doing this to ourselves? This is coming from Black men and Black women. So they're seeing these statements and these quotes and things coming from Black women and Black men. So guess what? That's where they form their opinion about Black women and Black men. So we can't be upset at the fact that other races view us this way when we view us this way. So we can't ask somebody to hold us to a standard that we don't hold ourselves to. We don't hold us to that standard. So how can we be mad and upset because nobody else holds us to that standard? We have to do it first. We have to stop downplaying and putting our men and our women down. We have to do it. It starts with us. Absolutely. Once they see us pouring into each other, lifting each other, praying for each other, they will do the same. But because we don't do that, because we don't want, and I'm going to say we don't want, we don't see somebody else doing better than we are. We don't want to see nobody else going up. Everybody doing bigger than what we doing. We start crabbing in the motherfucking barrel. We start pulling out monkeys in the barrel. We're pulling ourselves back down because we don't want to see nobody else go above us. So until we stop, they will not stop.
And you know what's really bad about it is that we always do the same thing, face saving, by blaming other people
and somebody else
for the things that we can control. Because first of all, who owns the media? If we know that we don't own the media, then should we be smart enough to control how we project ourselves to the media, since we know? So it's certain standards that we should have and how we integrate with one another. But I really want to do a show. I probably will do something maybe at the first of the year, but it's about, what did you say? It's about communication. I was watching a tape and I noticed that the whole time these two Black people was talking to each other, I don't think they heard each other, but they was loud as hell. They was literally screaming in the streets where people were slowing down to watch, but they were not hearing each other. Right. You know what I mean by that? They didn't hear each other. And I mean, like, this was true evidence of how Big Brother really does work. I mean, there's cameras in the sky and the people was up and you could see as clear as I'm having a conversation with you. They was down on the street, probably 5 floors down. And every word of their conversation, and what the conversation was about was that he had some other chick in the car and had rolled up by where she lived, and that disrespected her. So she got in the street and got all crazy. Now, that's the other thing. You're not communicating when you're out in the street yelling like that and screaming. There's other ways to get your point across. But that's the other pieces. I don't think, we don't own the media. So one, we got to be careful of the images that we want to project out there. And then we have to learn how to get our point across without yelling and screaming all the time. with one another.
Right.
And I think that's a bigger challenge than anything. All right. So we're going to move on to our final topic tonight. And that's like, we're going to talk a little bit about holiday gifts because there's all kind of holidays that get celebrated. And I just want to know, what if you got like your ideal gift this year, if there's something you want, what would it be? And I'm talking reasonable.
I want a vacation. Fuck the gift. Keep the damn gifts.
You like,
put me on a
experience. Yeah, I think we need the proud bird with the golden tail, y'all, because I need something. I need respite.
I need to get up out the state of Wisconsin. That's what I need.
Y'all hear it, don't you?
You know, I've never been a huge Christmas person anyway.
Me either.
I have never been one that's big into all of that. You know, you get a basic one gift from me and all of the rest of that stuff. But my Christmas at my house, look, the kids got clothes and socks. Okay. And they look at Christmas. They be like, we get this all the time. You gonna buy something different?
No, you gonna be warm. You know, and if you get in an accident, you gonna have clean drawers.
You get one gift one thing that you wanted. You better make it good. You know, yep. I mean, it's just never went into all of that. So I mean, while the Christmas spirit is great. I love Christmas music. Now, don't get me wrong. I will listen to Christmas music all year long. They be thinking I'm a little slow, but
it's all good. I'm like that too. You know, I just say the reason why I think that I don't really get all bent out of shape is one, when you're a young poor person, you understand who Santa Claus is at a real early age. So you be out of the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, huh? What'd you say?
By 7.
7. Make it to kindergarten. Shoot, you're doing good. I went in 4. It was understood. It was really understood. So I think in a good way, because it helped you to see life realistically. And right. I don't get all bent out of shape. I could care less. But you know what I like about it? I'm off from work and I get to rest and I get paid to rest. But I would like to be somewhere fabulous resting. I need to experience.
That's all I want. That's all I want for Christmas.
All we want for Christmas is a vacation. I wouldn't mind going to Jamaica.
You know what? I ain't even got to go to Jamaica right now. Just take me to the beaches of Miami.
Can we go to Miami or are they on lockdown down there?
Stay open. Take me to see some beach and some water. Like,
you got a couple of new swimsuits and I do too.
Yes.
Fabulous. Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
And that's why I'm gonna hit the gym downstairs. Woo, girl of stealth. I've been killing.
I started back on my stealth.
Yes. Should we do a challenge? Should we do a challenge with me and you?
Yep.
Okay, I'll set one up for us to hold us accountable. Cause it definitely I like the fact that what it does to your body. I grow literally one-handed plank with the foot up now. That's how I was like, ooh, come on now. So
now I had stopped doing it for a while, but I'm back on it.
Well, you're gonna get back on it because you're gonna need that core for other things. Yes. Well, okay, everybody. Thanks a lot for tuning in to us tonight. We really appreciate you joining us here on Voices Random's Tea Kettle Talk. We hope that you have a great holiday season. And remember, we left you with 3 things tonight. We told you that you need to spend within your means, that chivalry is not dead. It's based on whether or not somebody knows something and don't judge. And then as far as holidays, damn it, we don't care about the holiday gifts. We want a vacation. Those are the 3 things we leaving you with here tonight. Remember that, okay? All right, happy holidays, everybody. And we'll see you probably close to the end of the holidays. Happy holidays, everybody.